Hi, I'm Mary Knippel, book mentor and founder of YourWritingMentor.com, and your host for this event. Welcome to our monthly training, and our topic this month is why write a book? And specifically, we're going to ask the question, why should I write a book? Did you know that 81% of people say that they want to write a book? That survey was taken in 2002. So during time of COVID, there may have been more people that say they want to write a book. Completing a book requires time, dedication, brain power, and does any task worth doing. That gets me back to the topic of why write a book. As a business owner, you may want to write a book to grow your business. Have you insights to share? Do you want to leave a legacy? Pass on the wisdom that you've accumulated from all of your life lessons? You may look around at people writing a book and think, that should be me. Someday I'm going to write that book. So let's look at some of the reasons why you'd want to write a book. How about now standing out in the crowd? Increase your visibility. Industry credibility. Writing a book opens doors that allows your voice to be heard even when you are not physically in the room. Establish yourself as an expert. Become the go-to person and grow your business. A book can be a big business card. You don't have to be sitting in front of somebody to have your words impact them. Your thoughts and ideas connect with them and share information. You could be sitting on the shelf waiting for them to be ready to learn about you. And finally, a book is a testimony to self-confidence. What a rush that you've accomplished something so many people think about, dream about, long to do, and you did it. Did you know that 97% of people who want to write a book never finish it? Think about it. You could be, out of 1,000 people, those 30 that actually complete this task. Wouldn't that be amazing? And just think, if you did it once, you may decide, I want to do this again and write more books. Okay, you're probably going, but I don't know if I want to write a book. Isn't there a way that I could just dip my toe in and still establish credibility, still be seen as an expert, still be top of mind for people? Sure. You could be writing a blog that consistently shows up in their email, creating a list so that when you do decide that you're going to write something longer, that you have somebody to market to. You could be deciding that I'd love to be part of an anthology. Dip your toe in having a chapter in a book instead of writing and being responsible for all the content. So those are two ways that you could be getting the experience of writing and honing your message, finding your audience, and not committing to writing a book. And the answer to why should you write a book? Because your story matters, and no one can tell your story from your perspective except you. No one else on this earth knows the message that you are designed to deliver. My book is about my breast cancer experience, and it got to be bigger than, well, just my book, that I woke up to the fact that I couldn't wait any longer to write my book, and that I was a catalyst to help other women who don't think they have a story to discover the story and to hold their hand while they go farther into that story to share it with the world. I'd been a journalist for a long, long time before I started sharing my message, because I wasn't confident that I had anything to say. And my breast cancer was my wake-up call that I couldn't wait any longer. That changed the trajectory for me of I'm okay in the background. It changed me and the story that I knew I was here to tell. I found out as a reporter that I have a knack for asking the questions to help you go deeper, to tell the story that you're longing to tell. And you were waiting for someone to create that sacred space for you to feel confident that you were going to share it. You were going to, together we would be vulnerable, hearing each other's story. And that's what I love doing, is to be a witness to you opening up to the world, to be vulnerable and transparent. You have so many life lessons that you have learned and figured out how to cope with what life challenges you with. There's somebody that needs to hear what you have to say. I know how scary it is to be venturing out there. I am a reluctant writer in my own right, but I also know that there's so much to be gained from stepping out of your comfort zone and being the voice for the voiceless. So one of my clients actually is a QuickBooks expert, and she came to me. She wanted to be in an anthology, and she said, "I know words, but Mary, you know that the numbers and the words have to go together for this anthology." So together, we worked on what was her message that coincided with the essence of that anthology, that it resonated with her mission of helping other entrepreneurs recognize their gifts and knowing what they stood for. And when this information is applied, you have an impact in whatever area your reader is going to be longing for information, whether it's about health, wealth, or love. You have to decide which of these that you and your message are going to have an impact on your readers. And whether or not what you write sells millions of copies, I guarantee that there is one person that your writing will have an impact on, and that's you. Because you are the first reader that is affected and has to be moved by what you're writing. You are invested in it, and you know the heart of it. You know what a difference it made in your life when you're sharing that. I have been blessed to be able to support many writers, and I've come to the conclusion that we have to have an ongoing relationship to really have the most impact that I would like to have to bring you from the idea of that message to having a first draft of that book. And I wanted to share a little bit about the 6-month program that I have where we dive into you being clear about who your book is for and what you want them to walk away knowing, feeling, what you want them to do when they walk away, and how your content flows to create a strategy to keep you writing until you finish that first draft and stay motivated to. If you'd like your eyes on my story, let's talk. Because if you're listening to this, I believe in synchronicity, that nothing is random, that you are here because you are curious about what is this thing about writing a book. And that I love being able to be the cheerleader, be your architect, and be your nudge to help you bring that to completion. So schedule a new author session with me by going to yourwritingmentor.com/author strategy call. Remember, your story matters, and no one can tell your story from your perspective except you. And someone is out there waiting for your words. Your story matters. I'm Mary Knippel. Happy writing. Bernice.